Hi, on this video, we're going to use a foam roller to do a warm-up. So any foam roller would be good. It could be this size or the long ones. It just needs to be, you need to be able to bear some weight on it. There are ones that are very hard. So if that's the case, I'll give you options so you can still use it, but gradually improve and increase how much weight you're putting on. So we're going to start moving the spine. So we're going to get the roller across the mat, and then make sure you come and bring the lower ribs or the middle of the back on top. Then from here, we're going to lift up the hips and we're going to move the roller up to the knees and down to the lower ribs. You're probably going to hear few clicks and cracks. And the first time you do this, if this is the first time you do it, it's actually quite an intense feeling, but think that it's like a massage. So we're only going to do a little. If it feels too intense, you can take breaks, lower the hips, and then try again. What we want is to go from the top of the shoulder, so we get a bit of release at the top to the lower ribs. But you want to feel that your neck and head are supported. If you're not holding your hands, then you're going to feel like you need to use a lot your neck to hold the head up, and that might feel a bit painful at one point. Now we're going to keep doing the same movement, but we're going to put more weight over one side. So I'm going to put weight on the right side first, almost trying to massage more the right side than the left. Up and down a few times. Make sure you keep breathing, and then change sides. Take as many breaks as you need. And then come back to center. Now we're going to find another position again, kind of on the middle of the shoulder blades, so quite high on the back. And then from there, you're going to keep hands behind the head. You're going to interlace the fingers to create like a little hammock for your neck. And once you create that hammock, you're going to lean all the way back, open the elbows, chest tilts. Big breath in, relax here. Exhale, come back to center. Now we're going to repeat on that same spot a few times. Inhale, lean back. Take your time to relax. Allow the body to be heavy. And come back. Beautiful. Let's keep doing that. One more. Open the elbows. Big breath in. On these ones, the first times are going to be very intense. So you might going to spend a bit longer time here enjoying the stretch and the feeling. And then slowly return back to center. Now we're going to move the roller into another position. So you're going to move the roller down a tiny bit, not too far. And then from here, we're going to lean back. Big breath in, open the elbows, let them stretch. And exhale back to center. So what we're doing with this exercise is actually very beneficial for the spine. We are trying to open and reverse all the effects of sitting for a long time. When we're sitting, we're never actually opening the arms or extending the back, doing back bends. We're only sitting still, and most of the time actually not even straight. And this helps to mobilize the spine on the opposite direction. Let's do one more here. Try to breathe, to open the ribs, especially on this lower point, which might feel like you can't really breathe much at the beginning. And then come back to center. Let's move the roller into a last position. So go all the way up as high as you can. And then here start to tilt all the way over the roller. It might feel completely different to the ones before. And close. We'll do two more, please. Open. And close two. Open. And close. Last one. Open. And close. Beautiful. Coming up, and we're going to rotate and lay down on the side. So what we want here is to rest the armpit on top of the roller. With the hands behind the head again. This might be already painful, so here's where you can actually graduate how much weight you're putting on. You could rest the elbow down, so some of your weight is resting on the elbow and not all on the armpit. And then from here, we're gonna rotate forward and rotate back. So the option it will be to rest the elbow and do the same rotation with the elbow down, or to actually let it lift and move like that. Good. Make sure you have enough space to move back and forth. And here's very interesting, for everybody feels a bit different. So most of, some of my clients have a lot of tension at the front, so pecs, and when you have the tension at the back, it's your rotator cuff. It just depends on the activity, on the posture, how much you use the arms, but it's very unique, and actually every time probably will feel a little bit different. So we're gonna do 2 more rotations here. Nice work. Last one. And then come back to center. Now from here, we're going to move the roller up and down. So that movement will come from your waist. So it's actually quite a nice way to control the waist, to learn how to use the body in different subtle movements. And you can do that leaning a little bit more forward or a little bit further back. Good. Few more. And then the last one here, we're gonna move the roller an inch lower than that position. So it needs to feel it's almost at the bottom of the shoulder blade. And then from here, same thing, elbow on or off. And then you're twisting forward and twisting back. A few times, twist forward, twist back. 3, 4, last one, 5, and return. Perfect. Let's get you coming up. We're gonna swap sides. We're doing the whole sequence on the other side. So starting with the armpit on top of the roller, hands behind the head, knees bent into your chest. Making sure you have enough space here to move, we're going to rotate forward, rotate back. A few times forward and back. Forward, back. Again, notice the difference on this side with the other one. It might feel very, very different, very tight, or actually a lot looser. And that depends on if you're right-handed or left-handed. Sometimes when you're right-handed, you use more that arm, so it's stronger, but sometimes the muscles are also very sore. So it's not really related to if you are stronger on one side or the other. It could be sore even if it's weak. And then here, come back to neutral, and we start to move the waist up and down, or the roll up and down from the waist. You're gonna notice also how the control on the waist is different on both sides. You can lean a little bit more back to do it, and then a little bit more forward. And then find your neutral and move the roll a little bit lower towards the lower part of the shoulder blade. Now from here again, or elbow or on or off, and you're going to move forward, twist, back, open. Few times, twist, good. Again, notice differences, because then the differences helps you to notice how your body is, what are your imbalances. So then later on, when we start to do a bit more strengthening work, you can start to do things specifically for that, but also more repetitions on that side. One more here, and then come back to center. Now, last bit here, we're going to quickly roll the legs. So this one is going to be quite painful at the beginning. If you had a short roller, it still works. You're just gonna lay down. We'll start with a nice one first. Down on your tummy. So the roller is gonna come close to the knees, and then we're gonna move it down from the knees all the way up to the hips. You're gonna need to walk your elbows. You could do it on your hands too. It's just that this position puts a bit of pressure on the lower back, and if your core is not as strong, you're going to feel it there, so it's better on the elbows. And we're gonna keep moving up and down. Good work. Two more. One more. Now we're going to do the same thing on the sides. So normally the quads are quite okay. It's actually harder on the one we're going to do now. So we're resting the side of the hip on top of the roller, coming down into your forearm, and we're going to move up and down. You want to move, again, from the knee all the way up to the hip. And if you don't do this very often, it's going to be very painful and very sore. So you could options. So I'm doing full weight because I've been doing this for a long time and it's still very painful for me. But you could do the right foot down on the ground and use the foot to support some of your weight as much as your arms, and then move it. And you could also, if that feels already too hard, you could rest down, put some weight on it, and then release a few times. So you have that as a first option. Then hold some weight on the front foot and then move the bottom one. And then the last one, it will be both legs up. Now, as we're doing that rolling, I want you to make sure your legs are relaxed. If you tense your legs, then you're still massaging the muscle, but you're not keeping the muscle soft so the roller can go really deep into the muscle. So make sure you relax your legs as you do it. Two more here. You're going to get warm with this one and then relax. We'll do the other side. I know this one is very painful, so see how you go. Again, choose the level you want to do. How does it feel on the legs? Again, your legs are going to feel very different, maybe sore in different spots. But what I want you to, I want you to know that this is actually important to do because there is some tension that we accumulate on the side of the leg that goes straight up into the hip and lower back. So a lot of the times when we start to release this area, it does help for the hips and lower back to feel better. But it does take a lot of repetitions because you feel that it's sore, so it will take a bit of time until it feels that it's loosening. So we're finished with that. There you have a little sequence with the foam roller to start your day.